What's up, y'all, and welcome back to my channel. I missed y'all so much, but y'all know I had to come back with another story time. So this story time is gonna be about a time when I had to cut my best friend off because she was being fake and she was being phony. We're gonna start there. Yes, she was being fake and phony. I already been drinking before I started filming this. Hold on, cause she had me fucked up. Cheers. Let me give y'all a little backstory. So we're gonna call her Kiki. So I met Kiki back in 2018. I met her back in 2018. We both worked for a very popular insurance company. You know, we didn't hang out a lot when we first met, but we got real close. We got real close, and we just would hang out on the weekends or whatever. And it got real heavy, like in the summertime, we would hang out. Like when people would see us out in the club, we were like a duo, like yin and yang. Like I was the brown skin friend, she was the light skin friend. Two peas in the pod. Like we always had fun wherever we went. Like I said, if she wasn't there, I was there at the establishment and they were asking where she was at. So like we was always together. Like that was my dog. Like we did everything together. Like when she didn't have money to, like, we used to be partying, like she didn't have money to get, like we wanted wings or something or shrimp, like I had her back, vice versa. Like if I didn't have it, she had it. Or like we're trying to get in to a spot, I would pay for her, she would pay for me. Like, we was always together. She was younger than I was, so she looked at me like a big sister, and I looked at her like a little sister. Mind you, I have no sisters in real life. I have no sisters. I have all brothers. So that's the backstory. So fast forward to 2022 when my brother was murdered. I was grieving heavily. At that time, she had got pregnant. Prior, she was having like miscarriage and stuff. She couldn't carry a baby full term. So this was like her rainbow baby. And they had threw her a baby shower. I was one of the best friends. She had two best friends. A lot of people don't have two best friends, right? So her other friend was like a childhood best friend. I was just like an older best friend, but I knew her as well. We were real close. We were close, and they both were close as well. But we went to the baby shower. Like her other friend, we're gonna call her Irina, was there or whatever. And I was there. I was filming and stuff like that, just being supportive, a supportive friend or whatever. And this particular time at the baby shower, it was nice. The setup was nice. It turned out nice. Everybody was there supporting her. I was there. We took pictures together. You know, I had my hand on her belly. Like me and her best friend and her took pictures together. The two best friends together. We all was together, like in a sandwich, taking pictures and stuff like that. It was just beautiful. And like I said, prior to that, we used to club heavy as hell. Like we was clubbing heavy back then. Until she got pregnant. She met this great guy. You know, he engaged her at her baby shower. I was very emotional. Her other friend was very emotional. It was a beautiful thing. Like, you know, I was there to see all of that happen. Fast forward, I invited her after she had the baby to, well, no, let me back up. Like, I used to be cooking and stuff like that. I would bring her food to her house. Like, you know, she was pregnant. And she would see online. She's like, best friend, can you bring me some food? I'll drive over there, you know what I'm saying? Bring her some food, woo, woo, stuff like that. And I would reach out to her. She would always be busy. And I understood that because she was a new mother, or a new mother to be, I'll say, and stuff like that. And I was always, you know, being supportive of her. This one time, her and her other friend, they had a falling out. That's her, you know, her other best friend. They had a falling out. And I was there with her through it all, like, you know, basically giving her advice on what to do, like, you know, how she should carry it, things like that. You know, and they eventually found their way back to each other and they were cool or whatever. You know, I would never like say nothing bad, like don't, you know, talk to Irene no more because of this, that, and the third. I would just ask her to evaluate the whole situation and like where y'all fell out, what happened, or whatever, and like hold her accountable because I was that friend. Like she ain't like me to hold her accountable, but I will always hold her accountable because I will want to hold myself and have someone else hold me accountable as well. So this particular time, I remember this so vividly. Like we would talk on and off from time to time, but her and Irene, they were like this. I mean, we were like this, but they were like real close because they grew up together. And, you know, when I couldn't get in contact with her, I would reach out to Irene and be like, you know, have you talked to her or whatever? And she'd be like, yeah, I talked to her. And I was like, well, tell her I'm trying to get in contact with her because I'm calling her. She's not answering. So boom. Fast forward, like I said, this time my brother, he got murdered or whatever. He was shot. And, you know, I was grieving heavy. This was like a little bit, this had happened, I want to say, after the baby shower. My brother was murdered after the baby shower. So I was like going through it or whatever. And I would always try to reach out to her, be like, hey, you know, what's up? What you doing? And she was saying like, you know, we need to get up together and like go out to eat and stuff like that. And I agree with her, like we should. But like I said, like it was kind of hard because I was going through my own little rough patch or whatever like that. But, you know, in my mind, I'm thinking you're going to be understanding because you're my homegirl, my best friend at that. And, you know, you'll be understanding. So boom. During this time, like one of my other friends, like we had a falling out or whatever, but we had already patched that stuff up or whatever. We already patched it up. And like I had made a post on my Facebook or whatever about her reaching out to me and checking on me. Like I appreciated her, you know, doing this and that for me or whatever, like at my lowest basically. Soon as I posted that on Facebook, hear my best friend go, bitches always saying that there's people there for them and they be talking shit about them behind their back and I'm sick of this and I'm about to be by myself because people acting funny and I don't rock with people who be acting funny. So it's just like, as soon as I posted it, a minute after that, you post that. So in my mind, I'm just like, so I'm bitches? Okay. So if that's the case, so I text her like, yo, like, is you cool? Like, who you talking about on this post? Like, you calling bitches? I haven't heard from you and you come out saying that. So she was mad basically because I was praising my other homegirl. And mind you, in the past, we did have a falling out, but we patched that junk up. So she was basically saying like, I was talking junk about her, which I was. We were talking junk about each other. That's what we were doing. We were going back and forth. We were talking about each other back then, but we found our way back to each other. You know, we were two adults and we talked about it. So boom. Out of all the years that I've known the girl that I was talking about online, we're going to call her April. Like I was giving her kudos for like, basically like checking on me when I was down because my own best friend didn't even check on me. Like she didn't even check on me to see if I was cool, but she wanted me up her ass during her pregnancy and stuff like that, which I was reaching out to her, but she won't respond back. So when I talked about April online, I made that post, that appreciation post. Like she got mad, she was triggered, and that's what she had said about calling me all kind of bees and stuff like that. And so after that happened, like I reached out to her best friend. I was like, yo, Irene, is everything okay with Kiki? Because like you see she posted this or whatever. She was like, well, that's between y'all two. That's all she said. That's between y'all two. So mind you, remember when I told you in the beginning that she gave her other best friend all this grace, but when it was for me, I didn't get no grace because when I did she finally texted me or whatever and was like, what's up, whatever. And I was like, yeah, what's going on with you? Whatever. I said, I seen the post you posted. And she was saying, oh, it wasn't about you. LOL. It was very disingenuous the whole time. Like, when she was like, it's not about you. LOL. I'm just like speaking my mind. I'm just tired of people like not reaching out to me and checking up on me and stuff. And they know that I'm pregnant. I'm just like, yo, I've been reaching out to you the whole time. You just haven't been responding back to me. So I already knew she felt some type of way about other stuff. So basically we were going back and forth or whatever. And she was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't got to be cool. She was like, you ain't got to be cool with me. You know what? I don't care. I was like, we could talk about it. Because mind you, I'm a peacemaker. I'm trying to like make peace, like solve everything. She didn't want to hear nothing I had to say. She didn't give me no grace. She didn't want to hear nothing. I was like, she knew that I lost my brother. She didn't say sorry for your loss. She won't checking up on me. None of that stuff. Like, she won't do none of the stuff that April was doing. So that's why I made an appreciation post. And it wasn't like I was trying to like throw her under the bus. But when someone's doing something good for me or make me feel good, like at my lowest, then I'm going to like say how they made me feel. And I felt appreciative. And I made that post. She won't having it. She was like, yeah, that's cool. I ain't even worried about it. I'm good on you. Da da da. Like, that shit, I ain't gonna lie. That shit felt like somebody kicked me in my stomach. Like, I was grieving our friendship like it was a death. Like, we were so close. It was just weird. And it's like still mind boggling to this day that she gave her other friend grace, but she didn't give me no grace. And I was dealing with death. And you know what I'm saying? That was my baby brother. We was 4 years apart. Like, I took that real hard. And it's like she didn't understand, and she didn't want to understand if she did understand or whatever, about that or whatever. And it was just weird to me. And I was just like, dang, that you would act that way towards me. And I was there for you at your lowest times, when like the actual child father that she had wasn't the one that she married, the one that she was engaged to, I'll say. That wasn't the actual child's father, but he stepped up to the plate. But I was there when you were going through it, when the other dude was saying that he wanted to unalive you and the baby, and he didn't want the baby and all the other stuff. Like, I was there being supportive of you. You know what I'm saying? I was there for you. But she couldn't be there for me. And that shit like hurt. That shit hurt real bad. And I was just like, I had to like swallow that pill and just like move around. Cause like, she didn't want to have nothing to do with me. And I remember when it was my birthday, and you know, I had made a post, like an empowerment post about myself, like how I'm basically moving on with my life, and I want to be around nobody who don't want to, you know, want me in their life. You know, it was positive, but it was basically me standing up for myself or whatever. It was that type of post for my birthday, and I was like, you know, moving into my new chapter. This girl, my best friend, my ex-best friend now, gonna message me, happy birthday, you know, I know that we not close no more or whatever. She was like, LOL. She was like, I hope that you have a good birthday. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't talk to me, but it's cool. Like, I hope you take care. And I see that you blocked me on social media. You blocked me on everything else, but I hope you have a good birthday. And she kept putting LOL after everything. And I knew it was not genuine when she was saying that. I knew it wasn't genuine at all. Like, with the LOLs. Like, everything was LOL after everything she said. She was hurt too, I feel like. But I would never know. She was like, I don't want to ruin your day. LOL. Like, I hope you have a good day. Da da da. Like, I blocked her on everything. I just didn't block her phone number. I blocked her on all social media because I didn't want to see everything that she was posting was like talking junk about her falling out with people. And I was people. Like, there were other people that she was falling out with too. So there were other people saying, excuse me, on her post that she did have, that she won't reaching out to people like she used to. And they were like calling her out, and she didn't like that. She was like deleting comments and stuff like that. So I wasn't the only one that she was falling out with. And she didn't like people holding her accountable. And so I had seen a lot of that on her post or whatever, but I didn't want to see that no more. After we had stopped being friends and she said she didn't want to talk to me, have a sit down. She didn't want to have nothing to do with me no more. I blocked her on everything. I blocked her. I blocked her friend, her other best friend, Irene. I blocked everybody. It was not no need. And then it was people who was close to me, and they didn't even know the half of what was going on. And they was like, yeah, you right, Kiki. Yeah, you right. Like, gassing it up in the comments. And we were both, and the thing about it, we were one and the same with people that we knew. So people that we knew that was like rocking with both of us, they were like taking her side and stuff like that. I was blocking their ass too, cutting them off, block, 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 block. I'm blocking everybody because I'm just like, I don't need this negative energy. Like I said, I was grieving. So it was just like, and the one part that I left out is when she was texting me and stuff like that, she was like, you can't check up on me. You can't reach out to me, see how I'm doing. And the whole time I was doing all of that. The thing about it, she wasn't doing it to me. She didn't ask me, Ashley, how you doing? I see you lost your brother. How you feeling? Do you need anything? It was always me. Kiki, you need anything? You need diapers? You need me to bring you something to eat? Da da da. Like, I was always doing all that for her, but she would not do that for me. That shit, when I said that shit hurt, like, it was like a bad breakup. Like, I was crying, I was sad. And my friend April, the one I had made a post about, she was like, Ashley, you did the right thing by blocking her because, like, your mental health matters. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was just like, it's like she was trolling me in a way. Like, she was just, I was still going through the whole grieving thing. And then I was like going through me grieving her friendship or whatever. And it was just a lie. It was a lie. And it was like she was laughing at me. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was just like, when I look back, I'm just like, damn, was our friendship really a real friendship? Like, did you really, were you really my friend? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, stuff like that. I had to, like, really sit back and, like, think about stuff like that. But years later, now, 2025, like, you know, I still wish her well. I had seen her one time at the club in the future. I want to say last year in 2024, I had seen her at one of the clubs that we used to hang out at. And I seen her. I hugged her neck and I said, you know, I spoke to her. Her other best friend, Irene, was there. I don't think I hugged Irene because she was real nasty to me when I was trying to, like, make amends with Kiki. Like, I feel like she never wanted us to be friends. She wanted her all to herself because they grew up together, which is understandable, but, like, people can have other friends as well. She called me her best friend. Like, you didn't, like, create this friendship. So for her, like, I feel like it was a win-win for her. She was happy that we weren't friends. I didn't hug her because I remember, like, when I did try to make amends with Kiki, I was like, yo, I was talking to Irene. I was like, you know, I can't, you know, I'm not friends with Kiki no more. She said she didn't want me around her. I was like, I said something like, something along the lines like, take care of her for me. Like, in a little, you know what I'm saying, in a loving way. I was like, take care of her for me. Basically, because you still friends with her, you know what I'm saying? Like, look out for her like I would, basically, or whatever. You know what she said? She said, no, look out for yourself. Girl, what? Is you cool? Like, I feel like she never really liked me. And it's cool. Like, I just look back and be like, that's wild. Like, we will all three party together. Like, that's the crazy part. Like, I helped mend them two back together, but when it was me and Kiki trying to get cool back together, there was no grace. There was no mending. It was just like cutthroat. No, I'm done with dealing with you. And I don't know, because she was going through a pregnancy, and some people, they be emotional or having their little hormones and stuff like that, which I understood. I was understanding of that. And I was reaching out to her, but it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. And she was like, you want to come over and see me and come see the baby, blah, blah. And granted, I didn't go see the baby right away. I did get to see her when I invited her to my daughter's birthday party, but I didn't see her prior, or whatever. And, you know, I could have stepped up and came and saw her, which is, I take accountability for that 100%. And I think about that all the time, because I was going to be the auntie, not the godmom. She was going to be the godmom, the other best friend. I was going to be just the auntie. And that's cool with me because, like, they grew up together and she got that title. Hey, I just wanted to be a part of the baby's life and just be there for her if she needed me. But yeah, she didn't want no parts. She didn't want no friendship with me. She didn't want to talk about it. She didn't hold herself accountable for anything. Everything was my fault. Basically, I didn't do this, I didn't do that. It was always, I didn't do this, I didn't do that, I didn't do that. She didn't say what she wasn't doing. She didn't say when she didn't reach out to me when I was grieving and stuff like that. It was just basically all my fault. It was one-sided. And I don't know. I just took that like, wow, that's crazy. And so now, like, when people see me, people think that I'm mean. I'm antisocial. People, when I be out at a bar or something, they be like, you're by yourself. Why you not with your friends or whatever? I did have a friend. And not saying that I couldn't have any more friends. I have current friends now. They're very nice people. They're very sweet to me. They're very understanding. We all have like strong personalities. So that's why we click. It's like two other girls that I talk to on the regular. And like, they're very sweet people. And it's not that I'm antisocial. It's just like, I just be watching my surroundings and people are just not as genuine as they say they are. And some girls are real messy. Some girls are very messy. And I just try to stay away from drama. I don't got time for drama. I'm too grown for drama. I just try to stay to myself, man. Like, that's just all I be trying to do. And I be thinking, like, what if we were still friends? Like, where would we be now? But it's just like, Ashley, that chapter is closed. That book is closed. Like, we made a lot of memories. We did a lot of bullshit together. We was into some stuff. But I just look back and just be like, you know, it was fun while it lasted. You know, it's fun while it lasted. if people were to ask me, because people ask me about us today, like, what happened to her? I'm like, she's married and she has kids and she's doing well. Like, I don't bash her or anything. Like, even though she called me all kinds of B's and just made me feel very low when I feel like I was a very good friend to her. She told me I wasn't a good friend. Just stuff like that. Like, I just took all the blows, all the low down things she said to me, and I just took it. And I was just like, you know what? It is what it is. It wasn't meant for us to continue that bond. It was just a short-lived part of my life that we had. It was a chapter that we had together, and that chapter is now closed. And now I just be dolo. Like, and the thing about it, I was dolo before I met her, and I'm dolo after. Like, I enjoy myself the same way I would if I was with 2 or 3 people. If I'm out and about, I'm always enjoying myself. That's one thing I can adapt to any environment. Like, I'm a people's person. I can talk and vibe with anybody and still have a good time. I don't have to be with a lot of people. I don't have to be with 2 girls, 3 girls. I don't have to come with people. I can just be, and I'll have a great time. But yeah, y'all, that was like my story on why me and my best friend broke up. I'll say it like that. Me and my best friend broke up after years of friendship, and yeah, it going to shit. So my takeaway from that, though, is everybody's not your friend. Everybody's not genuine. Just remain positive through everything, like through it all. No matter if you have friends, y'all are friends as a group, or y'all not friends anymore. Like, you know? So, but yeah. So I hope y'all enjoyed the story time. I'm going to be dropping more story times, more content, so y'all stay tuned. Your girl has been busy, but I'm back on it, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.